Welcome, welcome, welcome to another live airing of Premier Sports Talk. I am your host, Randy Prentice, and today what I will be giving you is who's hot and who's not in NFL Week 7. But before I get into that, I want to give you NFL Week 7 current NFL football conference standings. But before I get into that, what I need to do is thank each and every one of you that have supported Premier Sports Talk, that have subscribed to Premier Sports Talk, that has liked whenever I go live. I ask that you hit that notification button, because the more you drop comments, the more you hit that like button, the more you share the channel, it'll push Premier Sports Talk out in the YouTube algorithm. And what I'm hoping I drop the filter to let everybody in the chat drop comments. It's very important that you drop comments. The more comments I see in here, the more interaction I see, and the much more enjoyable it'll be. So without any further ado, what I want to do is give you currently, like I said, I'm going to give you who's hot and who's not in NFL Week 7. But before I go there, I want to give you the current NFL conference standings. So let's give it to you. Let's give it to you. Let's give it to you. Whenever you watch this airing, in an hour, in the midnight hour, whenever it may be, the ask is that you drop comments. Let me know who your NFL team is. Let me know what city you in. And really important to drop comments, because I know what city you in. I know who your team is, whether it be college football, NFL, who your favorite boxer is. Hey, the basketball season starts up tomorrow. Let me know who your favorite NBA team is. The more you drop comments, the more short tube videos I'm gonna launch out, and the more content I'll be able to give specifically, especially to you all that took the time to subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you all for being a blessing. Premier Sports currently has over 2,500 subscribers. The goal is to get to 3,000 before the end of the month. And I just got to tell you all, thank you for blessing the channel. I know I had a technical issue, and I filtered the chat to let all messages pop up and not just the top people. So I'm hoping that I got that filter open for you all. As a matter of fact, let me check it real quick. Stand by. Okay, bam. I just corrected it for all messages to pop up. I can see when that like button get hit. I can see when you drop comments, and I promise you I will reply to them all. So like I said, without any further ado, I'm going to give you the current Week 7 NFL conference standings for all conferences. Then I'm going to tap in who's hot and who's not in the current week of NFL 7. Currently, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Detroit Lions, so I'm not going to be any more than 30 minutes. Might be shorter than that, because I really want to key in on that Tampa Bay game. So we're going to start off with the AFC East. In the AFC East, we have the New England Patriots. They're sitting at 5-2. They've been balling out lately. Matter of fact, the Cleveland Browns, it was a battle of the 1-5 teams. The Cleveland Browns just beat the Miami Dolphins yesterday. It was the 1-5 Fireball. Luckily for Kevin Stefanski with the Cleveland Browns, they beat up on the Miami Dolphins like they were supposed to. To date, at this hour, at this moment, Michael McDaniels hasn't been fired from the Miami Dolphins. I'm shocked, y'all. I'm really shocked that we haven't seen that breaking news. Is that particular coach for the Miami Dolphins hasn't been fired yet. I don't want to see anybody lose their job, but the Dolphins are playing horribly. But in the AFC East, we got the New England Patriots playing, currently sitting at 5-2. Matter of fact, the New England Patriots are playing the Cleveland Browns at home in Week 8. The Buffalo Bills, they've been slipping lately. The Buffalo Bills lost to they came here. I reside here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Buffalo Bills They lost to the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons. I lost a couple meals on that game and a couple coins. I didn't think that the Buffalo Bills was going to be able to. I didn't think the Buffalo Bills was going to lose to the Atlanta Falcons last week. But that just goes to prove on any given Sunday. I hate when I get all these texts when I'm going live. It distracts me. But the Buffalo Bills lost to the Falcons last week. Any given Sunday, any team could lose. And then we had, the Birds. Atlanta Falcons got a problem. They called the Atlanta Falcons. They called the Dirty Birds in Atlanta. They got wings, but every time they go away and play somewhere, they have difficulty in winning. I'll get to that a little bit later. No, they ain't in my who. Like, I got the next episode is who's hot, who's not on here right after I give you the standings. But Falcons lost to the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football, y'all. So the Falcons fans, y'all are who I thought y'all was. Y'all lost. Okay. All right. Next in the AFC East, we got the Miami Dolphins with them pretty uniforms. We all know, and if you don't know, you're about to know. They got their butt beat down by the Cleveland Browns. It wasn't due to Dylan Gabriel. He didn't throw any interceptions. He didn't throw over 200 yards again. But it was the Browns' defense and the turnovers. The Browns had 4 turnovers in that game, fumbling the ball, intercepting the ball from Tua. They just destroyed them. And the Miami Dolphins is third in the AFC East at 1-6. And at the bottom at the AFC East, the New York Jets. Y'all, those Jets owners don't play. I'm really concerned about Eric Glenn. I think he's a one-and-done coach with the Jets. They're sitting at 0-7. The AFC North, considered one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. Well, they was considered one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. That's before all the injuries that's caused the like to Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson not playing, but which has this season upside down. But currently, my Pittsburgh Steelers, you can see, I'm born and raised from Pittsburgh. I got my Pittsburgh Steelers stuff up on the wall, and I'm a big time Sanders family supporter. I support Shador. That's why I got his jersey on the wall, the dog pound hat. You'll never see me wear it outside the hat, but I do support Shador Sanders. The Jets is currently sitting at 0-7. He's definitely on the hot seat. Stefanski was on the hot seat with the Browns, but it's amazing what a win will do. Okay, let's go to the AFC South. Drop some comments, y'all. Drop some comments. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know who your NFL team is. I don't think anybody saw in the AFC South, I don't think anybody saw with Daniel Jones going to the Indianapolis Colts. Woo, they are balling out, y'all. The Colts are balling out. They are currently sitting at 6-1. And if you didn't know, now you know. The surprise of the year, and if the Colts keep balling out the way they are, the Indianapolis Colts coach, I don't know his name off the top of my head. He may be the coach of the year. Indianapolis Colts playing with Daniel Jones. They got did a new contract over to the Indianapolis Colts. He's been balling out. Daniel Jones is currently 6-1. Jacksonville Jaguars, even though they lost yesterday, they got beat up bad yesterday too. Jacksonville Jaguars are sitting at 4-3. Like I said, currently, y'all, for those who are just tapping in, I'm giving you the NFL conferences standing in each division, and then I'm going to close this live airing out with who's hot and who's not currently. Houston Texans having another bad year. They're currently sitting at third in the AFC South, sitting at 2-3. Tennessee Titans with the NFL number overall pick. It's a blessing and a curse to be the number overall pick, but typically when you go has the NFL draft number 1 overall pick, especially as a quarterback, whoever you get drafted by that, they are typically the worst team in the NFL. So Cam Ward is playing down there with the Tennessee Titans, but we all know, if you've been following Cam Ward at all, maybe you're not, he is not having a good year at all. The coach got fired last week. 2 weeks ago, Cam Ward did a press conference, called out his team, called out his teammates, saying the whole team was playing like ass, but he also took accountability and said he's been playing like ass also. They had a miracle game last week, but then they turned around and got beat up yesterday. So the Tennessee Titans are sitting at 1-6. They already fired the coach. So right now we're not seeing no fruits with getting rid of the coach. You got to give a chance to a coach to build his own culture with a team. But they fired the coach. They still lost. They're 1-6. In the AFC West, y'all, if y'all did not watch that game yesterday, that New York Giants and that Denver Broncos game, it was one hell of a game, y'all. That was one hell of a game. The Giants was winning that whole game. Denver Broncos, the score was the New York Giants had an 18-point lead all the way up to the fourth, through 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, the Giants had a 32-0 lead. And tell me how, I think they both for the Giants need to be fired up. How in the world? Sorry about that. I got a text and it messed up my live airing. It booted me off. But how in the world do the Giants blow a 32-point lead in the third quarter? Y'all drop some comments in there. You know what? They didn't run the ball. They had Jackson Dart throwing the ball, throwing interceptions. Dart and Scatterboo was balling out, dancing last week, taking their shirts off, posing and everything, doing dances. Let Shedeur Sanders do that. They would be saying he's immature. They would be saying he's immature. But they blew a 32-point lead. Bo Nix rallied them back, and they ended up winning 32-33. Okay, where are we at? Kansas City Chiefs. They wasn't playing good. They won their last 2 games. They're starting to get hot. Kansas City Chiefs, typically what they do is they lose games they're not supposed to, and they win the ones they typically win. They get hot during the middle of the season. We're reaching the end of the season. The Chiefs are starting to look like the Chiefs again. They're currently sitting 4-3 in the AFC West. Los Angeles Chargers started out hot. They lost their last 2 games. They lost yesterday. They are also sitting at 4-3 with the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's not doing good in the AFC West and at the bottom of the list is, I bet you Tom Brady's wishing that the Las Vegas would have drafted Shedeur Sanders now. What do y'all think? They are sitting at 2-5 at the bottom of the AFC West. Geno Smith threw a lot of interceptions last week. He threw interceptions yesterday. He got yanked out the game. Kenny Pickett got traded over. He started with my Pittsburgh Steelers, went to the Philadelphia Eagles, won a Super Bowl ring with the Philadelphia Eagles being a backup quarterback. Started out with the Browns, had a hamstring pull. The Browns cut him loose, sent him to the Raiders. Kenny Pickett got put in the game. First snap of the game, fumbled the ball. He didn't look good either when he came in. Raiders lost that game. They're sitting at the bottom of the AFC West. Now, in the NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles, they're sitting at the top at 5-2. They finally got it together. They end up winning the game yesterday. Again, my next section is who's hot and who's not in week 7, y'all. I'm just giving you the standings. In case you didn't know, you will know where each team is standing at in each conference. Again, the ask is to thank you for hitting. I see a thumbs up button. It helps the channel more and pushes it out. If you can hit that thumbs up button, drop your comments in, and let me know where you're from and who your NFL team is. Okay? So the Eagles is currently sitting on top of the NFC East. Cowboys to follow. They're sitting at 3-1. Dak's been having an MVP year. It's the defense with the Dallas Cowboys that's been letting them down. George Pickens that they got from my Pittsburgh Steelers, he has been balling out. Y'all. He's been really balling out. Washington Commanders, they disappointed me. They lost yesterday. Jalen Daniels got hurt again, got knocked out of that game. Washington Commanders are sitting in the AFC East, 3rd at a 3-4 record. New York Giants blowing that 32-point lead. That 32-point lead against the Denver Broncos. They're sitting at the bottom of the conference at 2-5. I blame that against that coach. I blame that against that coach because they should have been running that ball instead of letting Dart trying to be glorified and throwing the ball and getting interceptions. In the NFC North, another surprising team this year with the new addition, the new coach for the Chicago Bears. They took over being the Chicago Bears coach, Mr. Johnson. He's turned Caleb Williams around. Caleb Williams been looking mighty good this year. Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, if they keep playing with the way they're playing, I think they're going to make it to the playoffs here this year. I really do. They got a chance of making the playoffs. So for all you Chicago Bears fans, congratulations on the season you're having. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time because right now I do believe Tampa Bay is currently playing the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football, and I definitely want to tap into that game. Detroit Lions is sitting at 4-2. Minnesota Vikings is sitting at 3-3. Okay, NFC South. Currently, I'm a homegrown Pittsburgh man, still a fan. I reside down here in Atlanta. I've been telling these Dirty Birds fans, for all you my Falcons fans, you know I always say it. You are who you think I think y'all are. I said before the beginning of the season, so Travis, if you're tapped in, I said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the NFC South. And another one is having an MVP season. Baker Mayfield's been balling out the last 3 games in the fourth quarter. He's been bringing them back on last-minute drives in the fourth quarter, and he has been rallying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a 5-1 start. Carolina, been surprising teams. They've been hey, what's up, Adam? What's up, Adam? Let me read your comment here. Let me take a break here. When Dylan Gabriel's finally made a good play, I was like, that's my midget. Hey, I ain't gonna talk bad about Dylan Gabriel. You know, he's not doing anything for them to lose, but let me take that back partially. Dylan Gabriel balled out for the University of Oregon. He played for USC. He played for the University of Oklahoma. But he looks good enough to be a career backup. He doesn't look like the starting quarterback. I don't think you can argue that with statistics there, Adam. You know, he rightfully so. Dylan Gabriel in 3 games should have 7 picks. But the way he throws the ball, the way he has that spin on the ball, the defensive backs with the teams that they played have been dropping the ball. Pittsburgh Steelers, when we beat the Browns, Dylan Gabriel's tough as hell. He's tough as hell because we dropped the paint on him. He got sacked 7 times in that game. He got destroyed in that game. He even picked up the middle linebacker Queens by the helmet when he got sacked. They put that all over YouTube and TikTok and Threads when they show when Queen, the middle linebacker, sacked him. When Dylan Gabriel when he got up, he picked up the middle linebacker up by his helmet, and they didn't call a damn penalty on that. That should have been a penalty, but they felt sorry for little mini me. You know, they felt sorry for him. You said Shador is the guy, and Stefanski know it. That who's who. They all know it. They all know it. They dropped on Cleveland. Now, what I do, y'all, like I said, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but ESPN Cleveland, I'm addicted to ESPN Cleveland because I've been following Shador Sanders, and I listen to ESPN Cleveland on YouTube every morning. It's like morning coffee. I listen to the Tony Rizzo show that comes on at 8 o'clock. It's called the Tony Rizzo Show on YouTube. Y'all need to follow that if you're a Shador Sanders fan. And then I listen to ESPN Cleveland. Tony Rizzo leaked out when Joe Flacco was going to be let go the day before it was going to happen. And then Tony Rizzo, you got the Tony Rizzo show, but he started that show about 2 months ago on YouTube. He has his own show, but he's been a sports commentator for going on over 30 years now. And then he leaked out today that he said 2 people within the Browns organization that Shedeur Sanders is guaranteed to play at a minimum 4 games. So he's guaranteed to do that. So if it depends on how Dylan Gabriel plays against the Patriots, if we'll see Shedeur Sanders immediately after the Patriots game, they got a bye week, and then they go to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. That's where I said, that would give Shedeur Sanders a week to practice with the ones in the bye week and then go down there and play against the Raiders. That would be good. Kenny Pickett with the Raiders, because they took Geno Smith out the game because of all his turnovers against Shedeur Sanders. I would love to see that. But I think they may be waiting. I don't want them to wait for him to play a home game before they unleash Shedeur Sanders to the world. I'm really hoping, and I think the NFL is going to be talking to Jimmy Haslam and say they want to unleash, they want to see for box office and rating reasons. I think I really want them to unleash Shedeur Sanders against the Tennessee Titans, y'all. Don't wait and let Dylan Gabriel play that game. Let Shedeur Sanders play. It'll be Cam Ward with the Tennessee Titans against Shedeur Sanders. The ratings will go through the roof. It'll blow the roof off. Be the highest ratings in NFL history to see Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders going at it. That would really be nice. Let me get back on track here. Adam, you sidetracked me, but I don't mind. Hey, if you're just tapping in, please hit that thumbs up button. Please drop your comments and bless the channel. All right, so New Orleans Saints. Oh, I was at the NFC South. Tampa Bay is leading that division currently in week 7 at 5-7. Carolina Panthers are sitting at 3-3 second. Dirty Birds, Atlanta Falcons are also sitting at 3-3. And the lowly New Orleans Saints that made a mistake by also not taking Shedeur Sanders is sitting at the bottom of the NFC South division at 1-5. NFC West is being led by the Los Angeles Rams. I didn't think with all the back pains that Matthew Stafford, I liked Matthew Stafford's game. He didn't practice the whole mini camp, OTAs or nothing. He didn't start till the season start because he's been having severe back pains. I know he was getting epidurals. I think he may be getting epidurals every week just to make it every week. But whatever the case may be, the Rams have been balling. They're sitting at 5-2, leading the NFC West division. San Francisco 49ers, who has been a surprise, and he's been a comeback kid, just like Daniel Jones with the Indianapolis Colts, who's a comeback player, I believe, this year. We got Daniel Jones, but also who's in that should be in that talk is Matt Jones, y'all. He got picked high by the New England Patriots, played like trash ever since he's been with the San Francisco 49ers, y'all. He has been balling out. That coach for the 49ers, that's a quarterback guru. He can take any average quarterback and make them good. Take them to a whole nother level. He took Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. Look at him. Pick 144, the last pick in the NFL draft before he got injured with his turf toe. He's been trying to rush himself back, but he came in one game, they lost it, he hurt his toe again. And then when Matt Jones come in, Matt Jones has only lost one game that he's played. Like I said, Dirty Birds, the Falcons, just lost there last night on Sunday Night Football. The world saw it. Y'all keep hitting that thumbs up button. Drop your comments. Let me know who your NFL team is. Let me know who your NFL team is. And let me know what city you in. Okay? Seahawks is sitting at 4-2. Like I said, Geno Smith got pulled out of that game because he's been playing terrible, throwing interceptions. They brought the backup quarterback that they got from the Browns, Kenny Pickett, in. He didn't do no better. I'll be watching, keeping interest on seeing, are they going to go with Kenny Pickett the rest of the year, or are they going to give Geno Smith one more chance? Arizona Cardinals, they've been playing a whole lot better than what their record shows. They lost not last night because they got tore up. Yesterday they got tore up. But the 2 previous games before that, they lost. They're sitting at 2-5, but they lost 2 games on the last drive by field goals. They should actually be 4-2. They just been having some heartbreakers. So if you didn't know, now you know the team standings for each NFL conference in week 7. Now let me give you. We're on to the next topic. I'm going to give you who's hot. I need y'all to tell me, who do y'all think the hottest teams in the NFL? Who do y'all think the hottest teams are in the NFL? And let me know, who do you think, who's the not so hot teams in the NFL? If you're afraid to tell me, I'm going to let you know. But again, the ask is to help Premier Sports, hit that thumbs up button, drop comments. The more y'all do that, the more it pushes it out in the YouTube algorithm. I just changed the filter that anybody can drop comments in here. So do me a favor. Throw me a touchdown. Hit that thumbs up. Give me an interception. Drop some comments in the channel. So in the category of who's hot, who's been turning it around, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Now they're starting to look like the Kansas City Chiefs, y'all. They had a dominant win. They scored 31 points in just 7 possessions. They tore up the Raiders. Los Angeles Rams, they're currently hot. They've been dominating teams. They had a 35-7 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. The good news for the Jaguars, even though they lost to the Rams, Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter, who's been playing both ways, he's finally got his first NFL touchdown. And if any of you tapped in and saw any of my short video feeds, I put a little short video feed on there. It's under the section of shorts. Travis Hunter said that he's giving he has a newborn baby boy. He made sure he had the coach get him that game ball, and he's awarding his first NFL touchdown to his newly born son. I thought that was nice. That's a special thing. They didn't give it to his wife, giving it to his newborn son, putting it in a trophy case. That's a beautiful thing, y'all. That's a beautiful thing. But I want to just take the moment before I go on. I want to thank each and every one of you that support Premier Sports Talk, that has subscribed to the channel. There's over 2,500 subscribers. I always give you an update. I started this channel on the 4th of July night this year. Never thought I would be where I'm at over 2,500 subscribers here at this current date. Thank you all for blessing the channel, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, because without you supporting the channel, there is no Premier Sports Talk. Without you sharing the channel, there is no Premier Sports Talk. Like I said, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I need all my Dallas Cowboys fans, the America's Team subscribers. I did a challenge. I have out of that 2,500 subscribers, over 400 of you that subscribe to the channel. It's truly shocking. Y'all are a blessing. I got some Dirty Bird subscribers in here, my Steeler Nation subscribers in here. Thank you all. If y'all drop me a comment and let me know who your NFL team is, anytime, anywhere, whether it be in a short I post, I promise you, I'm going to post it. The people that drop comments and I see that they hit likes and share their views. That's why on my channel, you'll see a lot of Browns content, a lot of Steelers content. I started dropping Falcons content in here. I'm going to be dropping Cowboys content in here, because for you blessing me and tapping into the channel, I want to make sure I'm giving you the content and, that you deserve to receive. It's a lot of work doing this. I never knew it's a lot of work doing this. My laptop went bad. I just got a new laptop today. So I'm getting that set up so I can give you a whole lot more content. And again, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Currently right now, y'all, I just got a text airing. The Detroit Lions are up 7-0 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm trying to wrap this up because I want to get to that. Watch that game. I like what Tampa Bay is doing with Baker Mayfield. Indianapolis Colts is a team that's hot. Like I said, they're 6-1. They pulled out a victory over the Chargers 38-24. Chicago Bears, like I said, another team that's hot. They had a victory. They won 26-14 over the Saints. I don't think anybody had the Saints having a chance to win in that game. It was pretty close, and then Chicago just pulled away from them. Everybody expected the Browns. Like I said, it was the Browns and the Miami Dolphins game. They was both 1-5. They was calling that the battle, the Fire Bowl. They was calling it the Wine Bowl. The reason why they was calling it the Wine Bowl was the first time in NFL history two left-hand quarterbacks was playing in the same game, and that both quarterback with Polynesian descent heritage played in the game against each other. Tua was the veteran. Looked horrible. The way my Steelers beat up on the Browns is the way the Browns destroyed Miami. So I guess my Steelers taught the Browns something. I guess they took our defensive playbook and used it against the Miami Dolphins. So I ain't mad. We don't play them till November 28th. I think it's December 28th. I think that's when they play them. I'm thinking about going there, especially as soon as I find out Shedeur Sanders is starting for the Cleveland Browns. I will be at that Pittsburgh Steelers Browns game. I don't care how cold it is. Buy me some winter gear on Amazon. I'll be at that game, y'all. I'll be at that game. Minnesota Vikings took a loss to the Eagles. They lost 28-22. And like I said, the Raiders got tore up by the Kansas City Chiefs. They're on the not hot list. I just want to thank you all for watching Premier Sports. I'm going to be giving the NBA season. That's why I need y'all input. NBA season opening day starts Tuesday. Let me know who your NBA team is. You care at all about the NBA team, so I can give you NBA content, whether it be live video interviews or live video highlights of the game, short video feeds. I'm gonna get that to you. Let me know who you think. If you know, my son's playing baseball down in the University of Missouri on a scholarship, so I typically don't watch baseball for the MLB until the playoffs. I haven't watched any games this year. I love that. I'm not a bandwagon. I love the Dodgers. They're playing in the World Series. There's a Game 7 going on. I don't know if that's tonight also. I think maybe it's tomorrow, but I will be watching the World Series. But again, let me know who your NFL team is, who your NBA team is, and what city you from, and thank you all for supporting the channel. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm your host, Randy Prentice. You get the face behind the name of the content. Thank you for blessing the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. And may you all receive blessings back double fold. I come back on live Wednesday. I'll be giving you the college football top 12 rankings. And for week 9 in college football, I'll be giving you the matchups and what the current point spread is. I'm doing pretty good on prospect, y'all. The reason why I like prospect is because all you got to do is pick more or less on touchdowns or yards. And it's an easy way to have some sociable, casual fun and see if it's a hit or miss. I'm doing good on there. I'm really doing good. But thank you all for blessing the channel. Please hit that likes button on your way out, and may you have a blessed day, you and your family. Until we meet again, blessings to you.